a bird standing by, waiting to eat the starving child. This photo was voted the best journalistic photography many years ago. The photographer later committed suicide because of the emotional breakdown he had attaching to his own work. When I was a little girl, I used to save up money in my piggy bank. I dreamed of helping these children. I dreamed of donating to them and to making sure that food and their lives wouldn't end up like that. Well, unfortunately, I was never able to do that. And it wasn't because I didn't want to. It was because I did not know where to send the money to, or I didn't know if the money was going to reach the children. I also realized that many people, not only in Africa, need help. I also realized that families and children suffer from poverty every day. I realized that people needed help all around me. Now it's time for you to realize that global poverty exists all around the world. Places like Asia, South America, Mexico, and even here in the U.S., families and children suffer from extreme poverty. They're living every day without food, shelter, education, and it's because of the poverty that their lives end up like this, or they end up in the street, and no one gets to do anything about it. Today we're going to talk about global poverty. We'll be able to understand why global poverty is an issue, the harms that are within the issue, one clear solution, the benefits of the solution, and what we can do to make a difference today. So what is the problem? Well, global poverty is a major global issue that is yet to be resolved. According to World Bank, more than 1 billion people struggle to live on less than $1 per day. Another 1.6 billion people struggle to live on less than $2 per day. As stated in Nupshaw's article, Poverty Facts and Stats, the poorest 40% of the world accounts for 5% of the global income. If families suffer from poverty, the parents are struggling today because of the economy. You've seen in the news how families live in tents in California, or they have to go to, other houses, like their neighbors' houses, because they have to sell their house to pay off their debt or something like that. Everybody's going through it these days, and not much is being done about it. People are still living in poverty today. According to UNICEF, 25,000 children die each day due to poverty. She also states that children die in the poorest villages on earth, far removed from the scrutiny and the conscience of the world. While we're here today, many children in Asia and Africa and Mexico are struggling, are looking through the dumpsters for something to eat. And unfortunately, some of them don't find it. And they end up more like this, or sometimes they end up like dead. And none of us, ever have the conscience about it. We as youth have the power to change the world. We can act now. We can fight against poverty. Together we can take a step to end global poverty. So now that we realize the vital importance of this issue, let's look forward to a possible solution. I believe that the solution to this global issue is to support President Obama in his Global Poverty Act of 2009. What is the Global Poverty Act? Well, it's a way for President Obama to develop and implement a comprehensive strategy to further U.S. foreign policy objectives of promoting and reducing the number of families who live in extreme poverty. He also wants to start uniting with other countries so that together the whole world can work to end this global issue. So what can you do to support it? You can help by signing a sheet that says you support him. This act is on hold right now, and it's going to take time to develop. By us signing the sheet that says we support him, it's going to further the process. It's going to make the process move quickly so that he can act now. So if all of you can sign the paper that says we support him in his act, you guys can make a difference in a children's life. You can walk out of this room saying, I took the first step to making a difference in the world. Now that we are aware of the problem and we know the steps to solving it, let us visualize the world if this act takes place for global poverty. If this act doesn't pass, or if you guys don't do anything about it, global poverty will continue if we don't start acting now. Families and children will be suffering from hunger every day. When we live our lives, people will be dying around us. Even though we don't think about it every day, we go to sleep in our nice warm beds. People and children are like outside. Even here in Laredo, the homeless are outside waiting for someone to give them food, or now in the cold where they don't have any blankets, to like cover themselves with. It's hard for us to actually donate every month to an organization. It's hard to take away money from our paycheck. It's hard for us to actually go out and help out in our community. But by signing this paper, you don't lose anything, and you do make a huge difference because you're helping out the biggest power we have here in the United States, the president, who is also trying to make a difference. And by you signing the paper, you're supporting him. The world will continue to do the same if we don't take a stand. Let's take action as we individuals make this issue decrease. Today, all of you can sign the support letter to send to Congressman Henry Cuellar so that he may send it to the House of Representatives. Together we can support President Obama in his fight to end global poverty. It isn't going to be easy, and it's not going to end from one day to another, but we can surely take the first step. These are the hands of children who are waiting for your help, in every country, in every state, in every city. Let's make sure that our help reaches their hands.